Howdy, folks. Spencer here. Just want to go over a couple STO related topics. There's just a few news pieces. I think mostly this week is going to be quiet with them doing the whole Fleet Week event and all of the streams they're doing for that. I don't expect a ton of game announcements this week due to that. But first thing I want to mention is when I talked about the Halloween event that's starting up on Thursday on all platforms. Something I forgot to include is that there's actually two new patrols that they're going to be adding into the game. And these are basically elements of the TFO that they have taken out and put into a patrol format. And apparently, you can earn progress also from doing those patrols. So that's nice to see. And especially being they're going to be ground patrols. We have no ground patrols in the game yet. So really glad to see that, and I look forward to seeing how those are compared to just doing the TFO. Another bit of news here for those of you on console, there is going to be the big update for Ascension on November 1st. I do think that this is one of the biggest delays console has had for the new content. Correct me if I'm wrong, but PC got this stuff on what, like September 13th or somewhere right around there? Or was it before that? I don't even remember, but it's been a while that we've now had the new season out, and uh, it's yeah, that's a bit of a delay. I have to say, if you're a console player, let me know if you guys have had this long of a delay before. What is that, like almost month and a half, 2 months at that point? So at least you guys are getting it, but that is one hell of a delay. Now, before I talk about the Fleet Week stuff, I want to talk about the DPS tables. And I know some of you are thinking, why do we care about the Deeps tables? I put out an announcement uh, a while back, right after the consoles got nerfed, that there was going to be a table wipe. And then a couple days later, I had to announce that, hey, we got to hold this off for now because there's issues with bridge officers and uh, the temporal surge trait being able to be activated even though it's not slotted. Um, so the bridge officer issue, to demonstrate that, each of these bridge officers I have on this build, my Romulan SROs, this only applies to Romulan faction SROs, not the ones from the embassy. But these are giving me more crit chance than they're supposed to. So without the SROs on, you see that I have 35.8 and 234.7 crit severity. Now, if I reslot to my SROs, I go back to my stats, I should have gotten 8% crit chance. So that should have taken me up to 43.8% crit chance, but I'm actually at 49.3. And for my crit severity, I should be at 259.7, but I'm at 268. So we've been holding off doing that wipe in hopes that Cryptic would resolve the issue with the bridge officers giving more than they're supposed to. And it's not just Romulan bridge officers impacted by this. The Gemma, or the Jem'Hadar, Gamma, Vanguards, those ones are also impacted and give you more than they're supposed to. In fact, I can demonstrate that real quick by deslotting my bridge officers. And this issue is basically that bridge officers have access to their racial traits. So once again, you see them at 35.8 and 234.7. Now, if I slot a Jem'Hadar bridge officer here, this has the Vanguard engineered soldier trait on it, which is only supposed to give me 1% crit chance and 2.5 severity. Well, I just got a lot more than that. Again, I started out at 35.8 and I'm now at 42.3 just by slotting that one Jem'Hadar bridge officer. And now to do an example with an SRO, if I slot SRO, it's, I should have only gained 2%, so I should be at 27.8, or I'm sorry, 37.8, but I'm actually at 40.3. So there's clearly something wrong, and we'd been hoping that this would get resolved. This happened earlier this year around June and July, I believe. And it ended up being that bridge officers were gaining access to racial traits from whatever race they were. And that issue popped right back up when Ascension came out and has not been fixed yet. It's been almost a month, and I can't, keep the table stalled out forever. So I've put out an announcement on the DPS Discord that the wipe is going to go through. And I'm going to do that right here on stream. So let's get a final look at the tables before the wipe. The ISC record, Game Freaks had a 3.2 mil record, but that got removed due to other issues. And then right now, after Game Freaks, I had the top record at 2.78, then Hansi Houston at 2.7. Nick here was third at 2.5. MB, Tenor, Rob, Begla. MC Stu had a record up here too, around 2-3, but that got pulled down. So lots of records are being pulled down here. Same for HSE. The HSE table is going to be hit the hardest by this wipe, and now it's for me to actually go and do the wipe. So I've already got the text SQL commands set up here. Any records over 75K from before September 13th at 9 a.m., I think this is like Eastern time, are going to be wiped. So I'm going to hit the button. And that's going to take a while to go through. But with me hitting that, that is not reversible. That is, the tables have just been wiped. So for those of you that are wanting to do competitive deep stuff, have at it. We had to basically wipe most of the tables because of issues that had crept into the game and Cryptic's decision to go back through and nerf things so long after their release. So the HSE table has now, clearly there is a lot of room for people to go in and get records. For the ISC table, there we go. The DPS record just got cut in half for ISC. So if you're someone that wants to do deep stuff, now's your time to get to the top of the table. Plenty of opportunity. I did not wipe the ISA table though, because the consoles that were nerfed did not have any relevance in the ISA runs. However, any trimmed runs have been removed. I think we've gotten the big ones there. So that is the tables wiped. And if you're someone wanting to partake in the DPS scene, now's your opportunity to get in there and get some records done. Now let's talk about Fleet Week. Fleet Week is a big set of events that they're doing, and it's really like a virtual Trek convention. MC Stu had a video where he interviewed Ambassador Kale and Thomas Marone about what Fleet Week was, and I'll have that linked in the description if you want to check that out fully. But the main thing is that it's basically a virtual Trek convention. Now, they're doing a bunch of panels, they have a bunch of panels that are going on throughout the week. I know I didn't get this video out before they all started. I apologize to anyone that had them on Monday or Tuesday before this video goes out. But they've got some panels going on, and it's all going to wrap up on this Saturday, October 15th, where they are going to have a lot of people on to talk about, ships and a lot of lore stuff, art. I think it's a lot of art stuff. So definitely go check that out if you're interested, and I'll have Stu's video linked down below. But the big thing for a lot of you is that they've also given out a lot of codes to a variety of content creators. Some of these codes are for first responder bundles, and I've even heard that there's a few content creators that got codes for a 10th anniversary bundle. Well, they didn't get the codes, but whoever wins, they'll forward the information to Kale or whatever, and then they'll get a code for whatever faction. So a bunch of these content creators you see listed up here are going to be doing giveaways in which they will be giving away, some very nice items that Cryptic has handed out. And like I said, the first responder bundle is something that I've heard a few saying that they got to give out, and that's going to be for all platforms. And I've heard a few say that they have gotten codes or will get a code for uh, one person on any faction or on any platform for a 10th anniversary bundle. So definitely check out all of the streamers listed here. I had reached out also and asked if there was anyone doing any, anything that they wanted me to shout out. Big Papa Tart did his yesterday. I don't know if he's still got some stuff going on in his Discord, but I'll have that linked in the description below if you want to check that out. And he did that yesterday. So sorry, Big Papa, I didn't get this done until today. JB here, Pirate Scum Gaming, is going to be doing 2 streams this week where he's going to be doing some fleet stuff in game, and there will be a few items for giveaways. With a lot of these giveaways, I don't know all the items being given out, so just keep that in mind. But just know that if you're wanting some free stuff potentially, there's going to be a lot of streams and videos out this week where you can, potentially go in and get some prizes. So JV's going to be doing one tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's about 2 hours after I'm recording this video, so not long after you see this video, JB will be going live. I'll have that linked in the description also. And then General Washington is going to be doing a giveaway on Thursday the 13th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, so they'll be doing a stream also, and we'll have some giveaways. So lots of potential prizes for you to win via all the codes that they've given out to the various content creators. For myself, I did send Kale a message yesterday. I got into this a bit late. Last week was really busy for me, especially the weekend. But my plan that I said on Twitter last week is that I'm going to do some in-game fleet-focused giveaways, and I'll be doing them this weekend. One is going to be on October 15th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and the other is going to be on October 16th, which is Sunday, at noon Central Standard Time. So the Saturday one is pretty late for the European crowd, but that should be fine for the North American crowd. And then the Sunday stream should be more accessible to any of the European viewers here. So the streams that I'm going to be doing are going to be focused on fleet stuff in game, which is a little bit different from the overall Fleet Week stuff, which is mostly just about like the artwork of STO and the ship design. But I will be doing some giveaways focused on fleet-related items like bonus pools and fleet ship modules. And as I have noted here, I will also be doing a giveaway for some fleet lithium vouchers. Now, I can't just give you the lithium vouchers. The way that I'm going to do this is if your fleet needs lithium, you can enter for a chance for me to have an alt that I will join your fleet with. And on that alt, I will donate some lithium. So if this is, something that interests you, then stop by. I have been dealing with like the porn bots on the streams quite a bit recently. So I am going to have the stream chat settings set so only people that are subscribed to the channel can talk in the chat. Just a way to try and counteract and block some of the bots that are popping up. So make sure you're subscribed if you want to, be involved in the chat on the stream on Saturday and Sunday. And I'm probably going to be doing some raffles in the stream chat. So if you're interested in any of the fleet stuff that I'll be giving away, definitely, make sure you're subscribed so you can enter the raffle in the chat. And I'll probably have some more information closer to this date, but that's my plan. I did send Kale a message regarding my interest in getting involved with Fleet Week via the in-game focus stuff here, and also about the Builds Discord. So for those of you that don't know, the Builds Discord is coming up on its 1-year anniversary. The Builds Discord, I think the post I put out on Reddit was like October 27th of last year. So at the end of this month, we're going to be having the 1-year anniversary for the Builds Discord, and there will be some giveaways about for that. So I did ask Kale if they wanted to get involved with that also, but I've not heard back yet. But that's going to be it for me today. I think I got all of the information in here I wanted to have covered. I'll have links to all of the content creators that are doing some streams and videos down below. So go and check them out. I think some of them are going to have giveaways in their Discords. I'll have everything linked down below. So just go down and check that out. But that is going to be it for this video today. Thank you all again to all channel members and viewers for the continued support. More STO videos are coming out later this week, and I'm gonna go through and redo my ultimate beam overload build on the D7 temporal battlecruiser and get that posted here. I did that on a stream a couple weeks ago, and it didn't turn out quite well, so I'm gonna redo that as a video. And then I have a paid request to do a video on the Enterprise J, so I'm going to be covering that here in the next week or so also. That's going to be it for me today. Thank you all for watching. See you guys next time.